Good morning. Welcome back to Bookeemonsters. My name is PK. It is Wednesday, February the 12th, and we're here to look at new releases that have been published in this week. And today being Wednesday, we look at romance, kind of appropriate for Valentine's Day week. Quick announcements. I don't have any sprints tonight. Our next sprints are tomorrow evening at 8 p.m. Eastern, and they go for 2.5 hours. We do them every Tuesday and Thursday evenings and Saturday afternoons. Good morning, Elena. Oh, not feeling well. I had a very, very bad dry throat. Oh, no. So I'm staying home. That's probably a good idea. And I'm going out with my mama to pick up some glasses. And my mom has to return a lot of stuff. My mom is going to buy me food. Oh, that's a good mom. At Costco, like pizza. I like pizza. And a drink like Diet Pepsi. And my mom is going to make my breakfast this morning. I will be making myself some hot tea. That sounds like a lovely way to get better. And I just finished reading Simple Genius by David Baldacci. Yay! Yay! Congratulations! Woo! Good job. Hope you liked it. Sounds like you did. You read that pretty fast. Hi, Mary. Sorry to hear that you aren't feeling well, Elena. Hope you feel better quickly. Yes. Sounds like you're doing some good things to go in that direction. And Elena says, thanks so much. I was going to ask. 9 inches of snow. We had winter wonderland here this morning, 9 inches of snow, and they say more will come for a little bit, and then an ice storm. Interesting times. Oh, Mary, 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 stay warm, stay safe. We haven't had white stuff on top of the foot last week, but this morning it is -16. Not wind chill, just -16. But it's supposed to be above zero later today, and we don't have negative temperatures in mornings for a few days. So just got to get through this morning. Elena, I should be okay by tomorrow or Friday. Oh, that's a good idea. Get some good rest too. You're doing some good things, but also get some good rest and read a good book. I just hope you're warm. No, you're probably, yep, -16. At least that's what it is saying officially. Yesterday, driving to work, it was actually -25. It said in the car. So winter, yay. All right, let's jump into romance. I know a lot of people are looking forward to this in the booktube younger generation world. Scythe and Sparrow, third in the Ruinous Love trilogy by Bryn Weaver. Dr. Fionn is running from a broken heart, one he hopes to mend in small town, Nebraska, far away from his almost fiancée and his derailed surgical career. It's a simpler life, head down, hard work, and absolutely no romantic relationships. He wants none of the circus he left behind in Boston. But then the real circus finds him. Motorcycle performer Rose Evans has spent a decade on the road with the Silveria Circus, and it suits her just fine, especially when she has the urge to indulge in a little murder when she's not in the spotlight. But when a kill goes awry and she ends up with a broken leg, Rose finds herself stuck in Nebraska at the home of the adorably nerdy town doctor. The problem is, not every broken heart can be sewn back together, and the longer you stay in one place, the more likely your ghosts will catch up. For those who aren't familiar with this series, the first one talks about 2 serial killers falling in love. So, love with a side of dark. Can't Help Faking in Love by Swati Hegde. Harsha Godbol has never felt love from her family, but she's always been surrounded by their Bollywood business mogul wealth. Now back in Bangalore after studying in America, Harsha is ready to start her adult life without their money. But that becomes impossible when everything she's worked so hard for comes crumbling down. Fearful of showing up to her cousin's upcoming wedding as a failure, and worse, a single failure, Harsha decides to put her trust fund to good use. Veer Cannon does everything for his family. He even gave up his dreams of becoming a Bollywood star to get a more consistent gig, although working as a barista wasn't really the big break he was hoping for. It's a humble life, but a happy one nonetheless. Then financial aid falls through for his brother's first year in business school, so now Veer needs to come up with a large sum of money and fast. Harsha's outlandish plan to hire her favorite barista as her fake boyfriend for the weekend-long wedding bash is received surprisingly well by Veer, who hopes this will be his ticket to Bollywood. But Harsha and Veer get way more than they bargained for in this heartwarming journey to find unexpected love and courage. Celebrity Crush by Christy Swift. Author Emmy Ellison is a sucker for a page-turning happy ending, but she's no longer counting on one for herself. If she stays focused on her career goals instead of her love life, she just might find success. And now that her latest novel is about to become a movie, she's determined to become the latest social media sensation. When her secret celebrity crush, the real-life inspiration for her romantic hero, accepts the starring role in the big-screen adaptation of her book, she's determined to team up with a fake dating scheme. Why? Now that he's in need of some good PR of his own, ideally, she can ride the wave of popularity all the way to the top of the bestseller list. But when the harsh spotlight of fame exposes the truth, will they try to turn their on-camera chemistry into a real-life relationship? Yeah, that's a good thing to base your love life on. Ugh, that trope is not one for me, shall we say. Change of Heart by Fallon Ballard. Campbell Andrews despises exactly three things in life: incompetence, tardiness, and love stories. Making partner at her law firm at 34, she has no time for anything or anyone else, and certainly no respect for those who choose love over work. That is, until she wakes up in Heart Springs, her own personal hell. The good news, she's not dead. She's been magically transported to a small town straight out of the Hallmark Channel, complete with a meddling mayor, seasonal festivals, and friendly townsfolk. Cam can't stand it, but in order to make it back to her real life, she has to fulfill three tasks. Foremost among them, experience true love. It seems impossible, but anything's possible with a change of heart. Sort of like Scrooge meets Hallmark Channel. End of row one. First Time Caller by B.K. Borison. This is another author that is loved by young booktube. First in a new series called Heartstrings. Aiden Valentine has a secret. He's fallen out of love with love. And as the host of Baltimore's romance hotline, that's a bit of a problem. But when a young girl calls into the station asking for dating advice for her mom, the interview goes viral, thrusting Aiden and Heartstrings into the limelight. And it says, Sleepless in Seattle inspired. Stolen. Lucy Stone thought she was doing just fine. She has a good job, an incredible family, and a smart, slightly devious kid. But when all of Baltimore is suddenly scrutinizing her love life, or lack thereof, she begins to question if she's as happy as she believed. Maybe a little more romance wouldn't be such a bad thing. Everyone wants Lucy to find her happy ending, even the handsome, temperamental man calling the shots. But when sparks start to fly behind the scenes, Lucy must make the final decision between the radio-sponsored Happily Ever After or the man in the headphones next to her. Get your own story, people. Get Lost with You by Sophie Sullivan, second in the Rock Bottom Love series. Jillian Keller took the long route to her best life, but is now happily settled in her hometown of Smile, raising her little girl alone while helping her brother run Get Lost Lodge. A lover of structure and routine, she doesn't need anyone disrupting her carefully curated life. After chasing and achieving his culinary dreams, Levi Bright realizes it's still missing something he can't find in a big city. Returning home to Smile, he intends to build a different future for himself, including reconnecting with family and friends and creating elevated comfort food for a town he loves. When Levi and Jilly run into each other, past feelings that never had a chance to bloom flare between them, but she's been hurt before, and falling for her older brother's best friend seems like a recipe for drama. But sometimes a second chance at love leads you right where you're meant to be. Losing Sight by Tati Richardson. Sports writer Tanika Nikki Ryan is at the top of her game until she isn't. Squinting at the teleprompter and flubbing lines, she loses her coveted Thursday night football spot to a younger, less qualified woman, and that's only the start of her troubles. After her impaired sight leads to an accident nearly costing her life, Tanika finds herself in the office of handsome widowed optometrist Gideon Miles. There, mysterious circumstances lead Tanika to an enchanted pair of glasses, changing her world and Gideon's forever. With help from her boss chick village and a bit of magic, Tanika finally learns to see the love that's right in front of her eyes. Interesting. So, the couple that we've had adding magic to the things. Can't you just fall in love? The Launch Date by Annabelle Slater. Grace Hastings' dream job at the popular true love dating app Fate has turned into a nightmare. Her boss is a leech, her career is stagnating, and her fiancé has just brutally dumped her. Her hope for finding her own love story is waning, and she feels like a fraud for promoting a concept she no longer believes in. When the company's CEO offers her an opportunity to earn a big promotion, she resolves to fight her imposter syndrome to show she deserves a seat at the table. The opportunity to launch a brand new app focusing on IRL dating and genuine connection. The problem? She must develop and test drive a series of first dates with the other person gunning for the job, notorious socialite playboy and Grace's biggest work rival, Eric Bancroft. During their disastrous hikes, dangerous cooking classes, and steamy yoga sessions, they begin to realize their stark differences may just be surface level, and Eric might just be the perfect person to challenge Grace's perceptions of love, dating culture, and self-worth. End of that row. No, oh, we got one big dress coming up. I was going to say no big dresses, Mary, but we got one coming up. I must be getting old. All these romances seem so trite. You're just aging out of them. Like me. We've been on the other side. Always by Helen Hart, 6th in the Follow Me series. Take his breath away. I believe this series is very, very spicy. Braden and Sky have an electric connection that gets stronger with every boundary and every limit they push. There's nothing Braden won't explore with Sky, with one exception. Only now she's the one who's challenging him, because what Sky wants is the one thing Braden can't give her. And the only way he'll be able to keep the one he loves is to relinquish the one thing he's mastered above everything else. Control. Sounds like fun. Katrina. Now, that is how it is pronounced. I sat next to an author at a mystery book convention, Katrina McPherson. And when she was up and coming, this was about 20 years ago or so. And I asked her how to pronounce her name. And she says it's Katrina. This is by Anne Gregor, 2nd in the Scottish Lions. Katrina McGregor may look like a wee red-headed Scottish fairy, but a precious pixie she is not. At only 22, she does two things well and with absolute dedication. Moon over a man who still sees her as a little kid and run her own nursery with an iron green thumb. Her life is routine until a string of bad luck wraps its unlucky arms around her. Kalbar is in trouble, and it begins and ends with his best friend's much younger sister. Katrina has been the thorn in his side for years and the star in every one of his dirty dreams for the past two. Too much information. After a period of self-inflicted solitude due to the loss of his leg on a job, he finds himself once again close to the woman he keeps trying to forget. He manages to keep his distance from her until a dangerous criminal from his past seeks revenge against him by going after his family, putting those he loves in the crosshairs. Now, instead of avoiding his best friend's sister, he might become her new roommate. Despite the hidden menace, if his best friend ever finds out Call has feelings for Kat, ... apparently bad things will happen. All right, here's our big dress. And they are quite disapproving of us. I do like that cover, though. My Lady Millicent by Misty Urban, 6th in the Ladies Least Likely. 8 years ago, a usurping uncle drove Millicent and her father from their beautiful mountain home. Since then, Millicent has had one goal: find the document proving her father the rightful Grand Duke of Morania. The last step of her search brings her to London, where one unexpected obstacle stands between her and her birthright: Philip Devlin. Devlin will never advance in government through the usual means. He's Irish, Catholic, and a lesser son. But he's very good at gathering information, especially sensitive information, especially from women. Millicent of Morania has secrets, and he's determined to learn them, even if that means offering her protection against an unknown enemy set on stopping her by any means. Through ballrooms and alleys, intrigues, and surprise attacks, Philip finds Millicent unlike any woman he's known, a woman worth fighting for. But as her quest leads them to a mountaintop castle to confront a ruthless assassin, Millicent must choose which she loves more, Morania or Philip. He could come to my house, although I usually prefer dark-haired guys. Me too. The occasional blonde actor I get crushes on. Playing Mr. Perfect or admire. Robert Redford comes to mind. This is by Melissa Foster. The Bradens at Ridgeport. I was trying to think. Eric Christian Olsen in NCIS LA playing Deeks. That was a surprise blonde. But usually I do like dark hair and beards. Not icky beards, but, scruffies. What? Too much information. What happens in Paris stays in Paris, right? Oh, Pepper, if only. Okay, I admit it. Sleeping with the NFL quarterback, who the media has dubbed Mr. Perfect, might not have been the smartest move, but I'm in the city of love. I'd had a few drinks and was jacked up on giddy girl talk and hopeful hearts, 2 things I never buy into, and I threw caution to the wind. I want to sneak out before he wakes up, but when I open my eyes, he's already up in more ways than one, convincing the ridiculously cocky, pun-intended man that I'm not the woman he slept with last night is awkward. Actually, he makes it impossible. The thing is, I don't even know who that woman was, and now he's determined to find out. Oh, we get a cowboy one. The Cowboy of My Dreams by A.J. Pine, 3rd in the Murphys of Meadow Valley. Ash Murphy sneaks home to the family ranch to escape the scandal that follows his successful country music career everywhere. He plans to rest up, get in his fair share of work on the ranch, connect with the new horses his brothers have taken in, and lay low for as long as it takes for the newest tabloid interest to blow over. Except when he arrives, his brother's guest house isn't empty. Its current occupant is none other than Willow Morgan, country singer on the rise, hoping to finally finish the last song on her sophomore album, the one her label says must be a hit. But her small problem with writer's block is nothing compared to her large problem. Ash Murphy broke her heart once before, and if she's not careful, he just might do it again. And that's all we have. As Mary said, I guess I'm just jaded. All right. So tomorrow we will be looking at fantasy and science fiction. There is a big one in fantasy coming out tomorrow. Not as big as Onyx Storm, but in the Crimson Moth sequel, that one's coming out tomorrow. Again, I don't have any sprints tonight. We will have them tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern. Everybody, please stay warm, stay safe. Elena, get better soon. You're doing the right things, though, so that is very good. Jaded is better than old, I think. Yes. Especially if it's a nice dark green jade. Let's see. A couple minutes. What am I reading? I am reading The Ruby Dagger. Let's see if I can bring it up in this browser. The Ruby Dagger by Lynn. Come on. It's fighting me. Well, fine. I'm reading The Ruby Dagger by Lynn Morrison and Anne Radcliffe, second in a historical mystery series. The audiobook is super good. Performer does it very, very well. And I am reading The Queens of Crime by Marie Benedict, which has, it's being told from the point of view of Dorothy L. Sayers and a group of female authors from the Golden Age, actual authors. Agatha Christie, now Marsh, Marjorie Allingham, and Baroness Emma Orczy are coming together to solve a murder. And I'm enjoying both of them very, very much. Too funny. I'm still reading Robin Cook's Bellevue. Pretty good. A little supernatural thrown into the plot. A good medical thriller author. All right. Well, that is it. The bell is about to ring. Again, hope to see you soon. Be safe. Read good books. And as the banner says, don't be a bookworm. Be a bookie monster. Nom nom nom. Have a good day. God bless.